Alright, looks like we're live. Hello, welcome. Today we're going to be continuing Retro Jam number 2. This is kind of interesting. So I skipped over Retro Jam 2. I played the first one, which I wasn't too thrilled about. It was okay. It was just kind of bland. None of the levels really stuck out. I played 3 pretty recently, and I was quite surprised by it. There's some very high quality levels in that one, and then now we're kind of circling back around to 2. We've played half the map so far. I think there's 18 maps in total, so we've played 9. So far, pretty good. A couple maps with not so great execution, or maps from like new mappers, very obvious new mappers. But there's pretty decent amount of good maps so far. So. So we finished all these maps on the first floor here. Yeah, we gotta go upstairs now. For all these maps. I don't know why I'm running around. Is there a secret here? I feel like there should be... This start map has like a lot of weird errors in it. I don't understand like what happened with this start map. There's just like a lot of strange like unfinished areas. I feel like this was rushed. Because you have like, this is kind of like this, but this is not symmetrical. It looks weird. It looks like this should be like a different texture. It should be like one of these, or this should be like something else. It just looks strange having it be that brick. There are some issues too. I pointed this out last time, and I'll kind of show it again real fast. If you fall into this water, you can't get back out unless you go through the nightmare portal, and there's also a missing texture down there. This trim texture is also screwed up for some reason, so I feel like this was maybe a little rushed, or they just didn't have any time to look it over, unfortunately. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I'm just gonna go clockwise again. A lot of water-based maps in this one. It almost feels like a water jam or something. It's just there's so many maps with little water sections. I like this room here. Oh, okay. Ambush. Anything good down here? Oh, there's this. Oh. I'm gonna grab this because I don't have a super shot yet. There he is. I like the layout of this place. It's very cool. Very cool layout here. I especially love these ramps because you can do some cool little ramp jumps like that. Yeah, this is a really fun section. I feel like there could have been maybe more. I know it's kind of early in the level, but I feel like a Vor could have gone like kind of right here. How's it going, chat member? How you doing, buddy? I feel like a Vor maybe could have gone here, or like another ogre or something, just in this like little middle window thing. But overall, I really like the layout of this room. I'll go back to the room real fast because I kind of rushed through it. This room also has kind of a nice layout. This is where the super shotty was. Let's check underwater real fast. It seems like all these areas are kind of connected through these water tunnels, which is pretty cool. It reminds me of, is it E1M2 that does that? With the bridge and the ogre, there's like all the little water passages you can take. Oh, this is cool. these grates and waterfalls coming down. It'd just be a kind of a dead end though. Where does this go? Oh, this goes back here. Okay. Yeah, I guess I just would have had more in this room. This is such a cool room to fight in. Have some enemies as you're kind of going through this way, and then maybe have like spawn some more in. Spawning some like another thing they could have done is spawning some scrags in these like windows here. They just look perfect for like enemy placement. Like just putting something like an enemy in this window is like spawning some scrags in as you go through a second time. It's not like there's anything wrong with the encounter that was in the room. It's such a nice room. I would have liked to have some more in it. How's it going, chat member? How you doing, buddy? Oh shit. I don't think you can actually hit me. Oh shit, now we can. I don't like this encounter here. I feel like this is kind of a classic door problem. Like I kind of come out, I'm doing alright, chat member, thank you. How are you? Kind of a classic door problem, because you kind of come out here and the shambler is just like right here, so it's just like, whoop, I'm just gonna go right back into this little passage here. There's no reason to really come out into this room to fight him, even though that would be, like, this room isn't bad to fight the shambler, and I like how you get the reward of the grenade launcher. I think maybe coming into this room, this door should, like, shut. Some bars should come up here or something. Just trap the player in here, because this would have been a fun shambler fight. You got these two pillars to kind of play around. You know, close range. I don't know. This would have been a good room to fight the shambler. Maybe have another scrag in here as well, just kind of shooting at the player to keep him moving. But yeah, I would have forced the player into this room. Just like lock this gate as soon as they walk through. Let's just take this back here. Oh, okay, so that was like a little detour. Interesting. Grab ourselves some armor. I like the arrows, although I feel like they're, I mean, I appreciate them. It does feel like they're a little unnecessary, given how linear this map has been so far, but it's okay. I kind of like the, there's definitely some contrasting themes going on here, and I kind of like it. How, like, this is very mossy, and we go from, like, the very mossy area to this kind of bluish area. It is a little stark in contrast. I mean, it doesn't look bad by any means, but it's definitely like, I'm not sure how you could have better divided these sections. It feels a little weird coming out of this tunnel, and then just you're immediately, like, there's no more moss. It would have made a little more sense if this blue area was, like, on a higher level, if that makes any sense, where, like, the mossy area was kind of more, like, by the sewers, and then you kind of, like, went to, like, you kind of went up a floor, and there's no moss, if that makes any sense. There's another grenade launcher, I guess, in case you missed the first one. Get rid of you. I really got rid of him. Oh my god. It's not a big deal. I'm just kind of being, you know, giving an excessive amount of feedback. Oh shit. Oh fuck. A little too easy to just back up to those stairs there. I mean, in general, I think I'm a bigger fan of having the player actually have to take the fight, and like, because if you have the option to just get to like a high ground like this, it's just like, why wouldn't you do it? There's a few ways you could have gone about that. Maybe have like enemies spawn here, like having like some scrags, or like even like a death knight coming down from this staircase. if you didn't want to just like get rid of the staircase. A real obvious thing you could have also done is like have the stairs just go into the ground, because then like the door would have been locked and then you're just kind of trapped in this room, and just have it be on like a timer, or maybe like after you kill the 2 fiends they kind of come back up. Again, it was just a little too easy to just like come up here and then the fiends can't really get me. But I did like the fiends coming out of these little cubbies here. That was cool. From the waterfall. I assume there's gonna be, yep, there he is. Pretty good level overall. I like the layout. I think the visuals were really nice. I like the little underwater tunnels. That was pretty cool. It reminded me of like E1 M2. I'm pretty sure that's the map I'm thinking of. It's the one with the. It starts with like you're looking at an ogre on a bridge, and he's like looking. You're like looking at an ogre's back on a bridge. He's like looking away from you. I don't know what level that is. I'm pretty sure it's E1 M2, but I'm not super familiar with the like the OG Quake maps. The only, like I said, there was a couple encounters where it felt like it was too easy to just cheese the encounters, right? It was very, very easy to just like back up a little bit, and then just like the enemies couldn't get me. I probably would have spawned in a couple enemies to just like force the player into whatever encounter it was, or in the case of like the Shambler, just like lock the doors, make the player fight the Shambler, take the fight. Because otherwise it's like, well, I can just kind of cheese him on this door here, and it's just like whatever. I think it's just one of those things where it's just like it's very easy for players to take the path of least resistance, and if the path of least resistance is to just like back up a little bit and like go up on high ground where the enemies can't get you, or stand in the door where the enemies can't get you, it's like, well, I'm just gonna do that. You know, so I think just again forcing those encounters would be my my kind of feedback there. That was a fun map though. I really like the layout. Like the actual layout of the rooms and stuff was very cool. Well done. Just like some issues with the encounters. That was Northern River Reversal by Alex Under. Alex Under usually makes good stuff. I remember a map of his I played a long time ago that was really interesting. It had like all sorts of moving platforms. It was like some Super Mario shit. It was very cool. At least I think that's him. Could be someone else. Oh, hey, this looks cool. Look at this. This is, somebody went the extra mile here. Oh, wow, you can jump down there, too. This is a bit grand for a map jam. I like it though. It's very very classic Quake. Just a cool castle with the spikes, stained glass windows. Big fan. Let's grab this. I guess we're just gonna jump down here. Get rid of these guys. Grab this ammo over here and get rid of these guys. I always hate it when you the splash doesn't give the other zombie, it just like knocks him down. That shit's really annoying. It's very claustrophobic down here. Just like a shoot down. Over here, kind of interesting. This this like waste. It's kind of waist deep water here. Really limits your mobility, which is kind of interesting. I've seen a few maps do this. I think it's kind of cool. You're very mobile in Quake 1. If you know how to move around in Quake 1, you are super mobile. It's very hard for enemies to do anything to you. Except for like ogres who can bounce a grenade off of like 16 walls and like hit you in the face. But yeah, I kind of like this section, especially with like just the zombies down here. That fiend too was also kind of scary. Moving so slow, there's not a lot I could do against him. Alright, so that was just like a little detour, I guess. That was cool. I got a grenade launcher out of it. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, reliable. All these shotgun shells I have. Alright, we're going this way. This is a real slow elevator. I probably would have sped this up a little bit. See what I'm saying? The ogres are just, they're crazy. They are so cracked. I like the Shambler encounter here. This is cool. So this is actually a really good contrast to that last Shambler encounter in the Alex Under map. So that Shambler just kind of had like so much, like I had so much time to shoot him as he walked towards me that the last map. But this Shambler encounter, one thing really smart that it did is it sent these two little knights at me. So while I'm preoccupied with these knights, the Shambler has a chance to kind of make his way over here. Then we kind of have the close range battle, and I kind of get to use this pillar and dodge his, or line of sight rather, his lightning attacks. That was a very, very well executed encounter. Very smart enemy placement. Okay, alright, I'm not even gonna waste the nades on this guy. He's just gonna dodge everything. All the monsters in this game are so good at juking shots. It's not even funny. Oh man, this... Okay, hold on. Oh no, this doesn't lead to anything. Okay, see, that's what I was worried about. I thought that was gonna, like, because there's a little ledge there, I thought it was gonna, like, lead to something cool, like a little secret, but I guess not. Here's our secret, though. It's under the water. Oh shit, that hurt. Grab that. Get rid of you. Anything down here? Nope. I think this sends you down to the zombie pit, so we're not gonna go that way. Oh, hey. That hurt. Got enough nails. Alright. Is this the right way? Yeah, I guess it was. Okay. Cool. And we're back here. I really like this level. This is just like some classic Quake. I don't know why some of these like doors and elevators take so long though. I don't really see the point of having that, like, there's no encounter or anything that happens there. It just, you just kind of sit there and wait. It just seems like a waste of time. I think I went the wrong way. Where's the silver key door? Is it the, I think it's actually in the basement, right? It might be down here. That's gold key door. Ah, there it is. I don't know why I just used the nails on him. There we go. I don't know why I sat there and waited for that nade to go off. Just like staring at him. Kind of drops down back to that area. Get rid of you. Get some health. Pretty simple visuals in this level. They definitely, I mean, again, some of these map jams, like, you kind of have to, you know, cut a little bit of slack given the time restrictions. But I do appreciate the use of lighting to kind of hide the lighting kind of makes up for the fact that like these walls are just all kind of one texture. It kind of hides it in some areas, which is really nice. Gives it like a little bit more, I guess, depth. And there are like little pieces of, I guess you could say, art where there needs to be. There's just little, like, you know, you have little the stained glass window here, and you have this down here. So there's kind of like more detail where there needs to be, I guess. Overall, kind of simple though. Not a bad thing. It works. I assume they're like kind of purposefully going for that very like early 2000s like Quake 1 feel as well. Let's get rid of you. I'm gonna go back a little bit. I feel like I might be missing some stuff here. Alright, we're up here. I like how this kind of reuses. Alright, see you later. Jumped off the map. Oh, nice. Oh, the gold key. Where are you? Oh man, I'm never gonna get to use this quad, am I? That's a bummer. Maybe we can get a little use out of it. Nice. Kind of a neat little final encounter there. Interesting spot for an ogre. It's like a portal up there. I assume there's like maybe a teleport that drops you out there? I don't really know. What did that do? I see a door up there. I assume there's like some secret way to get up there. Oh, here we go. Okay. Never mind. You just jump up. Alright, that was a fun map. Very expansive for like a map jam map. I like that kind of stark castle coming out from that little like crevice or whatever in the mountain or in the rock, and just seeing that huge castle was very cool. Overall, good map. Some really fun encounters. Very simple visuals. But I think they were kind of on purpose. It seemed like they were going for a, like I said, like a late 90s, early 2000s sort of look. They were going for the retro look. I think they probably could have had a little bit more variety to the textures. Because they did really use this, you can kind of see it in the background right now, that brown slabs of stone. They use that a lot. Something to break that up just a little bit would have been nice, but I don't know, overall, really good map. That was fun. It was a cool castle. Right. That was Mouthful of Nails by Gru. Fun map. Moving on. Let's go grab this. That. Quick save. I don't know why I wasted rockets on those, or nades on those guys. Super shot. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh, no, no. There we go. That was close. kind of like that. That's like a very clever way to encounter a vor, having them kind of drop from the ceiling like that. That's pretty cool. Looks like we are going down. That's a underwhelming secret, let's say. I like the use of jump triggers here. It's nice that these enemies are kind of able to move around a little bit more. That's one thing I don't see in a lot of maps is I feel like creators kind of sleep on the trigger jump. It's always very cool to see like the night stuff be very like mobile and get to kind of what's that? So I think that guy was like stuck. Oh shit! Little trap door there. Okay, interesting. What's going on with this ceiling? This like texture is messed up. Some health. Need that. How do we get back up? This looks like it's gonna open. Some screwed up geometry here. Kind of a wacky layout in this level. It's just sort of a little all over the place. I don't even have the key for that. How do I get up? Up here? Shit, I don't even know where to go. I think it's down there. Well, that was a wasted quad. I don't know where to go here. Get rid of you. It could drop down here, but I don't think that leads to anything. It feels like this should... It's like a conveyor belt or something, but it's not active. I'm a little lost. Let's go back down. Oh. Okay. Oh shit, now I gotta figure out how to get out of here. Oh, this way. Oh, it's locked. Alright. Let's go back this way. Okay, I think that just activates a shortcut, I assume. Yeah. I really don't like the, again. There you go. I really don't like the shortcut activating by like standing on the shortcuts when you activate them is very annoying because I go to activate the shortcuts and then I have to ride the elevator all the way down and then all the way back up. It's not like there's an encounter happening down there. It's literally just like a waste of fucking 5 seconds. I think just having the button right here would have been fine just to activate the shortcut and just be like, okay, cool, there's a shortcut active now. I don't really know why, I don't really know why you have to, like, ride the elevator all the way down. Maybe if you're fast enough, you don't have to, but... So maybe having, like, a time delay on it or something would help. Shortcut back up. Where's that? Should have given us access to the gold key, I think. Right? Yep, there it is. Nice. Just gotta find the... There it is. Gold key door. That was alright. Kind of a wacky layout. Very all over the place. Not terrible, though. It kind of felt like almost in some ways like a deathmatch map, sort of. It's hard to explain. It felt like there was a lot of retraversing the same areas, which isn't a bad thing. A little confusing on where to go at some portions. Just because there's a lot of kind of backtracking. Like I said, the thing that stood out to me was the annoying shortcuts. I thought that was like super duper annoying. I don't understand. I wouldn't do shortcuts like that. I would either have the shortcuts automatically activate as you like traverse past them, just have like a little trigger that's just like shortcut activated. Also, like, yeah, just print it on the screen. Well, I've seen other maps do it. It's really not a big deal. Or just have the button be next to the elevator instead of like on it, so you don't like have to ride the shortcut and then ride it back up. I know it's like a minor thing, but I feel like in general you should never like waste the player's time. The player should never be like, oh, this is just a waste of time. Like, there's nothing happening here. I'm literally just riding this elevator down and riding it back up. I think it's like super annoying when there's no gameplay, there's no challenge or anything. It's just like I just gotta ride it down and ride it back up. That was Chamber of Echoes by Ish. It was alright. This work? Okay, that works. Oh, there's a lightning gun. That's a lot of scrags. Here, how about that? Okay, let these guys fight. Grab that. Oh, hey. I wonder if that staircase there is inspired by There's a Quake Live map that does something kind of similar to this called Elder. There's a well, funny enough, so there's a Quake Live map created by Sync Air called Elder that does something similar, where it has a staircase that kind of goes up and down based on like you pressing a button. So I wonder if this map took any inspiration from that. See if I... No, I'm okay. Where'd that ogre go, though? Some more armor down here. Rockets. An underwater 4 is certainly a choice. That hit. It's fine. I guess you could like use this to shoot the Vor, maybe? I don't know what the point of that is. A little secret here. Another rocket launcher. Alright. Take the ammo. Getting the biosuit there is a little bit weird, given how short that underwater section was. I don't really know if you needed it. That was cool. I like that. That was a fun little. I like this hallway in general too, with these like these spokes or whatever here. Very cool concept for a fight. Kind of come up this way, you see this one ogre, and then boom, this hits you with like an ogre right in your face, and then you have ogre number 3 come from here. It's a really well designed encounter. Like I said, I like these spokes. It's like a pachinko machine, but with grenades. Like having the it just adds a little extra something to kind of get the nades going all over the place. Pretty cool. Found a secret way. Oh, okay. The hell? There's a yellow up there. I don't know how you get to that. Oh, ogre trapped in a cage. That reminds me of, like, have you ever seen that picture for, like, Mario Kart 64 where the Thwomp is trapped in the cage and it's, like, deepest... Mario Kart 64 has the deepest lore. Kind of reminds me of that. Oh, hey, look at this. That's a cool little platforming challenge there. Dig it. It's over here. Oh, we've already been... Okay, we've already been this way. This leads us back to the start. I actually don't know where I'm supposed to go now. Here? This is how we got the lightning gun. Let's backtrack for a second. So we kind of went around this way, we went up here, we went through here. I don't think it's through here. I think we have to go back to the start. This is where we got that first rocket launcher. Already been down there. Oh, I never been in here yet. There's a missing texture there or something. Oh, shit. That was cool. A little Indiana Jones booby trap. I like that. That was a really fun encounter. That was cool. Oh fuck, I'm out of rockets. Oh no. Holding on to that lightning gun. Cool little ramp jump there. There we go. That's what I was holding on to the LG for. Nice, little red armor. What are we... It said one more to go, so we're looking for another button here. There we go. Oh, fun. I like the traps in this map, to be honest. Ah, fuck. Get out of here. Oh. I guess it's gonna get blocked by this, right? Yeah. There we go. Not that I need that armor, but nice to have, I suppose. Where's the gold key door, though? It's back this way, so. Some more nails. Oh, right here. Okay. Cool. Again, I like the traps here. Oh shit. Okay, nice. I have rockets. I just can't really... Very useful for that shambler, though. Hopefully all the shamblers are dead. I have to be very careful about how I go about this. There we go. Alright, that was pretty cool. That was a really good level. I liked the use of traps. I do think the layout was like a little like it wasn't too bad. It was kind of divided into like two sections. Like you kind of had the silver key area, and then you kind of backtrack to the gold key area. It still felt a little kind of all over the place. Like it definitely feels like I guess I didn't get as lost as like the last map, but it did feel very tight in some areas. I guess I don't know. I like the traps, though. The traps were very cool. There's a lot of really unique traps and like little encounters in there. I like the Indiana Jones ceiling coming down on me. They had to like shoot the buttons to get out of. I like the spinning spike room. That's a classic. I've seen that in a lot of other maps. It was cool that there was a way to kind of just avoid it, though, by standing on top of the thing. Lots of little cool like secrets that you can get with like movement tricks, little ramp jumps. They weren't excessively hard. Like sometimes people like put crazy ramp jumps in their map, and I'm just like sitting there for like 30 seconds trying to get up to like some ledge. They're all pretty easy to do. They felt rewarding. I don't know, really good map overall. The visuals were nothing to write home about, but it looked fine enough for a retro styled map, I guess. That was also by Ish. That was Shadowmoor Citadel. That was a lot better than Ish's last map, I think. Ooh, this looks cool. Not wasting my time, just right away. These scrags could have been a little bit lower, maybe. These guys were like drones flying around in the air. This is cool. Open the door. Any goodies out here? I guess we'll probably come back this way. Oh, hey, look at that. Here's the goodie I was looking for. I got stuck on a wall somehow. Platform activated later. Something on that window. That knight just ate shit. Later. Let's see. Nothing. Grab ourselves some nails. Found Sir Daniel's armor. That was pretty cool. I actually kind of like that. Grenade shooter. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I thought that turned the grenade shooter off. I thought this button did. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You baked in like a little like freebie secret into the grenade. Like, you can just kind of run past it, or if you kind of backtrack, you can see the button and be like, oh, that's how you turn the grenade shooter off. Having two buttons to do that is a little redundant, I feel. You. I got a shotgun shells. Man, they have such good juice. Deathmates. For you. Grab that. It's a quick save. Where is the, there it is. Nah, I was hoping to bank one off the wall and hit him in the face, but it didn't work out that way. Exit out. Oh, that's it. Okay. Interesting. Oh, okay. I see what we're doing. Oh, that's it? You gave me a quad. You could have threw more at me than that. That was okay. I like the outside visual, like the castle looked kind of cool, but there were just no like besides like the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher and the wall was like the only memorable thing about that map. The rest of it was just kind of one straight shot to the end. Another retro game review? I don't know what you're talking about, chat member. That was kind of just a straight shot to the end there. It didn't feel like there was any like really interesting encounters along the way, again, except for the grenade launcher thing in the wall. That was kind of cool. I think for the ending quad encounter, you probably could have thrown more enemies at me. Like, if you're going to give the player the quad, or a quad rather, you can do a lot more. Like, the quad is ridiculously powerful in Quake. You could have definitely threw in some fiends and shit into that fight too. I think just throwing in like a couple Death Knights, a Shambler, and some Scrags was not enough. If you're gonna give a player a quad, you gotta you're gonna juice them up that much. You could have done more. Okay, map overall, kind of bland. Who was that? That was Waypoint to Gallowmere by KDMG. I think I'm saying that right. Sometimes it's hard to read the like the Quake text. I think that's a D. That's not like an O, right? Yeah. Grenade launcher right away. That's interesting. This not much of a secret. Get rid of you. There's a dead ranger over here. Yeah, invisibility ring is always a tough power-up to do anything with. Oh, I thought there'd be something over here. Why is there a little cubby here if there's nothing here? Or this would be like an obvious secret spot. You do like one of those. Guess not. Up here maybe? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Look at that. I do like the focus on the grenade launch. Honestly, I maybe would have not put the super shotgun in this map, because it seemed like there was supposed to be a big focus on the grenade launcher here, which is pretty cool. Because I like the grenade launcher. Oh shit! This is already going awry. Okay, there we go. Grenade launcher and the lightning gun, it seems. Honestly, not a bad combo. And then you have like the boomstick to kind of finish enemies off if need be. Oh shit, okay. Oh, fuck you. There we go. I'm gonna try and play this with mostly the GL here, not really use the secret weapons. I feel like they might ruin this. Interesting place for a Scrag. Okay, we got the gold key. forgot that I didn't kill any of these guys the first time through. Oh. Oof. Let's get rid of you. Yeah, this map works really well with just a grenade launcher. I think that's clearly kind of what it's been balanced around. These dogs kind of become interesting hazards with just the GL because they kind of beeline at you pretty fast. I guess you could use your boomstick to take them out, but I like the vor placements on this map too. None of them have felt like unfair, but they're also kind of a good challenge. And this is what I've saved on this for. And I think that's it. There's maybe over here. Some bars. I don't know where that leads. That was cool. I definitely would have hard committed to the grenade launcher on that map. I think the author there balanced the map really well around just having the grenade launcher, the boomstick, and the lightning gun. I don't think it's ever a bad thing to just be like, you know what? Here are these 3 weapons, and I'm going to make encounters that are like very specifically tailored and balanced for these 3 weapons. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I would have 100% not had the super shotgun and the nail gun. Because I feel like if I would have used those weapons too, it would have really trivialized that map. But it was actually a really fun challenge just using the grenade launcher. Yeah, so assuming you just use the grenade launcher, the boomstick, and the lightning gun, I think that was a really well-made map with some cool encounters. I think using the other weapons would have kind of broken it a little bit. Pretty basic visuals, but a nice layout and some cool ideas. Yeah, it's always you kind of rarely see those, but it is always really fun when there's like an encounter or a map that is just kind of based around like a specific weapon, because you can really do a lot when you're just like, all right, the player has the boomstick and they have a grenade launcher. You know, you can really tailor-made fights around those 2 guns. As long as you just got to keep feeding them, you know, grenades, of course, and make sure they have enough ammo. But it's really cool when you do that, because otherwise it's like you kind of have to design around, well, the player has like all of these weapons, you know, so I have to make them more, you know, you have to make more generalized fights. That was Burrow of the Blight by Nico. Cool map. All these boxes. So many boxes. What does this say? qmap.org. Ort. I wouldn't recommend. I don't know what that site is, so I guess visit that at your own risk. It's a cool kind of starting area. I like this. Nice kind of atrium here. There's a nail gun. Alright, so we're going to be coming back here a few times, it looks like. That's not much of a secret. You know, I probably, like... I guess I'm like 2 of mind. I just wouldn't even have a secret if you're just gonna put like 1 health packet. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, like, is it really worth it to just have like 1 singular health pack, like a small health pack inside of a secret like that? It's like, you probably just don't even have the secret in that case. It almost feels like insulting. I'd much rather have the secrets be like a little bit tougher to find and have like more rewarding items in there. You know, like lightning gun cells, you know, higher tier weapons, mega health, like even green armor is fine. Obviously there's like less stuff in like vanilla Quake that you can use compared to like some of the mods for Quake. But yeah, I don't know. Alright. Let's see what's down here. Oh, nothing. Just more health, okay. Yeah, kind of disappointing secrets, I don't know. This will take us to the silver key? No, okay. There's an... See, if you're just gonna have it, like, why not just have the armor down there, then? And, like, have some ammo and health up here. You know what I mean? Like, have the green armor right there, and, like, the little, very obvious secret, and then just have some, health and ammo up here. I don't know. It's just... It seems a little silly to have the, Where are we going? This way? No, we've been this way. This way. It seems silly to just have the health and the secret and the armor just out in the open like that, you know? But that is just me. Back here. Open the gates. Oh, this is okay, so this is the other area that I was in earlier. This is the... So this is that elevator that takes you up to the health. We don't need that. This just takes you up. I guess it's just like a little shortcut back. I don't know. I feel like this map visually is very nice. Like, it is a very cool map. It just, like, doesn't seem to know what it wants to do with the, like, encounters and, like, the secrets and stuff are just kind of all over the place. There's a grenade launcher. There's some of these guys. I like this hallway here with these, like, slanted beams. They look very cool. Anything cool over there? No. Back here. Oh, that was cool. There we go. That's more like it. That's unfortunate. The fiend got stuck there. It's all right though. That was a cool encounter. This area reminds me of oof. What map is it? Is it also E1M3 maybe? Where you fight the Shambler for the first time? Hey, look at that. It's like one of those. Oh, this is just, this is above where those zombies are, okay. I guess this is the way then. The ogre shrouded in shadow there. This room also kind of does the beams, but like the problem, I don't know if these beams are supposed to be decorative or they're supposed to kind of be like the pachinko stuff, like that the Ish map. But I feel like this could have been an encounter here, kind of similar to the Ish map. Maybe have like an ogre up here, and then have like a death knight or like a knight kind of running from here. So you're preoccupied with them while the ogres are kind of shooting you and grenades are going all over the place. That would have been fun. Yeah, I feel like this problem, like this map's problem so far is like none of these encounters have been really interesting. The fiend coming out of the floor was like the only really interesting encounter. The visuals are very nice though. This is like one of the better looking maps that I've played in this pack. It's just like it's just like the encounters are all very bland. Alright. Anything up there? I feel like the map's taunting me, like there's something cool up there. Yeah, this is like a very nice looking map. It just like isn't just isn't really doing anything super interesting, I guess. That's really the problem I have with it right now. I like the double kind of hub. So it's like you kind of go this way, you get the silver key and gold key, and then you come back to here, and then there's two other separate paths. I do kind of like that. This is pretty cool. Okay, I already kind of fucked this up. I like this though. This is neat. Cool. A little puzzle. You don't really see puzzles like that in Quake. I feel like that's almost like more of a Half-Life thing, so it's pretty neat to kind of see that here. How in the world? This way. Shambler? Yep, there you are. Kind of mixed on that one. So I think I will say, like, visually speaking, that is definitely one of the nicer maps in this entire pack. I think the layout is also really good. Visually, both in terms of texture and brushwork. Really nice brushwork in that map. Like, I love this little, you can kind of see it in the background here. I love these little arches. And this, like, sort of middle, like, bridge thing. Looks really nice. Just a lot of really nice brushwork. The environment's really popped quite a bit. A lot of these other maps have been very basic in the brushwork department. Whether that's because of a lack of time or because they're purposely trying to be, you know, quote-unquote retro. This one definitely feels more modern in the brushwork department, which I prefer compared to, like, the more kind of blocky retro look. Texture usage was also very spot on. Looked very nice. The texture usage felt very retro for sure, but it was very much complemented by the more modern looking brushwork. The problem with this map was the encounters. There just really wasn't anything interesting. The most interesting encounter in this entire map was maybe the that fiend that rose up from the platform. That was very clever, and that actually kind of got me. But everything else was just very, like, I don't know, here's one or two ogres, here's like two fiends. The encounters just felt very, very flaccid. Maybe, I wonder if it's a case of, like, under-tuning the difficulty. I do play on normal because I play on normal difficulty in these maps because I'm never sure where people are going to land in terms of their difficulty scaling, right? Like, when you play a normal game, I usually play, like, any kind of, like, normal, like, studio-made shooter. I usually play on hard, as those tend to kind of under-tune their difficulty a bit. But when I play fan stuff, I'm never quite sure, like I said, where it's going to land. So I play on normal just so I'm not, like, boomsticking shamblers from, like, a corner or whatever for, like, an hour, you know? I don't want to ever be, like, trapped in a level for too long. So I think this might have been a case of, like, under-tuning difficulty. I don't know for sure. I'm just kind of guessing because it felt, like, very, very easy, very, very light on the encounters. But I think more importantly, just a lot of them weren't very, like, there was a couple creative ones, but there really wasn't. It was just like kind of, here's an enemy or two, here's another enemy or two. Again, the layout was really solid though. Like, these rooms are well made. They have really solid brushwork. It's just like the enemy placement just kind of wasn't there for me. I did like the puzzle. I like the little platforming puzzle. That was really cool. Like I said, you don't really see stuff like that in Quake, so kind of a unique element. Overall, like a pretty good map. It just, I don't know. I feel like the combat encounters needed to be tuned up a little bit. That was Extremely Poor Impulse Control by RJ. Found the secret ogre stash. Nothing in there, okay. Anything cool in the water for me to find? Nope. Oh. I got stuck in a corner there. Nope, nothing. Oh, I see a secret though. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I thought I was gonna have to like jump around this thing. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Oh, that's weird. Look at that. There's like a tech base. That's kind of strange. There's like a little tech base area over there. And up there, too. What the hell? Interesting. Oh. Huh. Secret Rambo run. Oh, we're in like a tech base level now. What the hell? This is interesting. I don't even remember where the old key door was. Oh, there it is. Damn. Should have that quad. That was pretty cool. I already saw who made that level, so I knew it was going to be pretty fun. It was short and sweet, some fun encounters. I like the little twist of there being a tech base, like on top of the castle. That was kind of neat. I always love a good map. I guess that was technically a secret, but it was like the easiest to find secret ever. I always love a good quad run. Nice visuals. Just all around a good level. And I already saw who made it, so I kind of knew it was gonna be a fun map. Kind of short, but I mean that's not really a complaint, you know. Let's see. That was the Devil's Bridge by Sock, the goat. Oh, okay. Got a, this is what is this? E1M2 here. They're just scaled up. I don't know how I feel about that. Hopefully this is not a remake. I've seen a few remakes of E1M2 in my time, so if this is a remake, this map is in a little bit of trouble here because it is not off to a great start. Hopefully just a brief homage, and then it kind of goes in its own direction, which seems to be the case, thankfully. Sort of. Why are these areas scaled so large? I really don't like how kind of big some of these areas are. Quake 1, like vanilla, I should say the vanilla super nail gun is very powerful. Mods like Copper add a little bit of spread to it. Yeah, why is this room so ginormous? The scale is like, I don't know, it's not the worst, but it's... I'm not sure if it's like the size of this area is kind of justified. Let's go back underwater, see if we can find anything neat. Any missed secrets or something. I think we've already done everything we can do down here, right? Oh, nope, there's a little box of rockets, alright. Check out this one. Alright, so I think we're good then. Get rid of this fish. Let's go back up. No super shotgun yet. This area is kind of cool. I like this combat encounter here. It also kind of tightened up the scale a little bit, back to something more reasonable, which I appreciate. That was fun. A little graveyard encounter there. Kind of reminds me of like Blood or something. Here are you. Grab some more nails. And then, okay, this is the start. Little shortcut back here. Is this the, no, this is gold key, right? Yeah. Silver key, I think, is down here. Oh, there we go. Honestly, was kind of hoping this one would also be a grenade launcher map. Kind of like those. The grenade launcher is really fun. Projectile weapons in general are a lot of fun. Like, so many games are just like reliant on just kind of hit scan laser weapons these days. There's like a certain art form. It's very satisfying to shoot rockets or grenades at moving targets and have your shots land. That was kind of not very interesting. I just like walked that little tiny room there. I feel like a lot of time in this map was spent on making this giant atrium here. Like, I feel like a lot of time was spent on this, and I feel like it's just kind of unnecessary. Like, this room could have been, like, 2 times smaller, and it would have been totally fine. I know they're the reference they're going for, but it's just, like... even the original wasn't this big. There we go. Take that. Some health. Yeah, I don't know. They could have just scaled this all down, and it would have been totally fine. Like, you could have still had this underwater area and all this other stuff, and it's just... This whole room could have been a lot smaller. And that work could have been put into, like, the gold key area, which wasn't particularly interesting. Oh, they're on the ceiling. Oh, shit. This is a pretty cool encounter here. God, I have a rocket launcher for that. Oof. Little late for that now, but it's all right. Kind of an interesting map. I like that end encounter there. How's it going, chat member? How you doing, buddy? That end encounter was pretty good. I think this room, like, I don't know how much time they spent on it, but it's just so unnecessarily large. They could have really just scaled this down a whole lot and saved themselves a lot of time. I feel like the whole gold key area was just like a complete waste. It was literally just like a dead end. There was like no encounter. It was like 2 knights at a death knight, and then the gold key was just like right there. The silver key encounter was a little more interesting with the zombies and the ogres. That was pretty cool, kind of like using the zombies as cover from the ogres. I think maybe to make this map more interesting is just like if it was just grenade launcher and rocket launcher, that actually would have been a lot of fun. You know, using the grenade launcher primarily in the first half and the rocket launcher in the second half. That could have been like an interesting way to kind of spice things up. I like the end encounter with the ogre, the upside down, not ogres, the upside down Vors. That was very cool. But yeah, it was like it kind of dipped in quality in the middle there. A little bit. Specifically the gold key area was just like, there was just literally nothing there. It was like a dead end room. You just walk in, grab the gold key, and walk out. It was almost completely pointless. You could have not even had that area, and it really wouldn't have made a difference in the map. Yeah, I don't know. Okay level. I see the references that they were going for, but like I said, I think the scale was a little off in some areas. I'm doing good, chat member. Thank you. Alright, we're almost done here. Just a couple more to go. Who was that by? That was Aquamanical Necrotorium by Thunder Goose. Alright, and then is this even a level? No, there's no level. That's it. Wait, what? Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, I guess that is it. There's 5 on each area, and then this one is just doesn't function. Interesting. I guess there was like a little bit more room for an extra map. I didn't realize that was the last one. Okay. I thought I had one more map to go. I wasn't counting. So I guess that's it. That is Retro Jam number 2. Pretty good maps overall. I think there were some really solid ones. Definitely better than Retro Jam 1. Maybe not quite as good as Retro Jam 2 though, in my opinion. Or I'm sorry, Retro Jam 3. So we're definitely seeing a increase in quality per Retro Jam. However, I would kind of like to see something different. I'm not like making any of this stuff. I'm not organizing any of it. It would be nice to see like different themes besides the retro themes. Vanilla Quake is nice, and it's a good foundation to be able to build like a good vanilla map. But I would like to see some like copper stuff kind of come in the mix, like Alkaline, Arcane Dimensions. I'm a big fan of like some of the mods that people have made over the years. You know, it'd be really cool. I really like Bonk Jam. A second Bonk Jam would be really nice. I would really, really like a second Bonk Jam, because the Bonk Hammer was very cool. I know there's a Sacrilege Jam happening right now, so that'll be fun when that eventually comes out. But yeah, I don't know. That's Retro Jam 2. Pretty fun levels overall. I think it's worth checking out. I had a good time. I think there's enough interesting stuff here to kind of keep your attention. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of Retro Jam 1, and Retro Jam 3 I think is probably the best of the bunch right now. And this kind of sits somewhere in the middle, so... anyways, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, thanks to all the mappers for putting this together, and yeah, I don't know, that's all I got. Take it easy, have a good one. GG's.